One fateful afternoon, Mrs. Okafor returned home earlier than expected. As she stepped inside, she noticed something strange. The house was silent, too silent. David's bedroom door was locked. She knocked. "David, Mimi, open this door now." In the heart of a bustling town in southern Nigeria, two families lived side by side, their bonds woven through years of friendship and shared experiences. The Okafors and the Adebayos were more than neighbors. They were a family in every sense of the word. Their children, David and Mimi, both 9 years old, had been inseparable since birth. They played together, went to the same school, and spent hours crafting imaginary worlds filled with adventure. One sunny afternoon, David approached his mother, Mrs. Okafor, with a request that seemed harmless. "Mama, I need a smartphone to help with my school assignments," he said with wide, innocent eyes. At first, Mrs. Okafor hesitated. He was just a child. What business did he have with a smartphone? But David was her only son, her pride and joy. She couldn't bear to see him unhappy. The next day, she visited a bustling phone market, eager to find the perfect device for her son. A salesman recommended the Swift X10 Ultra, boasting long battery life and child-friendly features. Convinced it was a good choice, she bought it without a second thought. That Saturday, she returned home with a small, shiny box in her hands. "David, you've been a good boy," she said, smiling warmly. "This is for you, but you must use it wisely." David's eyes lit up as he unboxed his first smartphone. "Thank you, Mama," he shouted in excitement. At first, the phone was just a tool for fun. Simple games, colorful cartoons, and educational videos. Mimi often joined him, and together they giggled at funny animations, but soon curiosity took over. One afternoon, while their mothers were out shopping and the compound was eerily quiet, David stumbled upon a new app on his phone. As he explored, he came across a category of videos he had never seen before. The thumbnails were bold and mysterious, unlike anything he had ever watched. Mimi peeked over his shoulder. "What is that?" she asked, curiously. "I don't know," David replied, grinning mischievously. "Let's find out." The two children locked the bedroom door, pressed play, and entered a world meant for adults. The scenes were confusing and strange. They didn't understand much, but there was something thrilling about it, something that felt forbidden. "This is our secret," David whispered. Mimi hesitated but eventually nodded. What started as an innocent accident soon became a ritual. Whenever their mothers were busy, David and Mimi would sneak into the room, close the curtains, and watch more of the mysterious videos. They didn't realize the gravity of their actions. To them, it was just a game, a secret world of grown-up mysteries. But over time, things began to change. David, once lively and energetic, became withdrawn. Mimi, once playful and chatty, grew distant. They no longer ran around the compound playing hide and seek. Instead, they became quiet and secretive, avoiding their parents' watchful eyes. One fateful afternoon, Mrs. Okafor returned home earlier than expected. As she stepped inside, she noticed something strange. The house was silent, too silent. David's bedroom door was locked. She knocked. "David, Mimi, open this door now." Panic surged through David's veins. He quickly turned off the phone, threw it on the bed, and tried to act normal. But it was too late. His mother's instinct had already kicked in. When they finally opened the door, Mrs. Okafor's sharp eyes spotted the phone immediately. She picked it up and scrolled through the browsing history. Her heart sank. "David," she gasped, her voice trembling with disappointment. "What is this?" Mimi, terrified, burst into tears. The news spread quickly. Mrs. Adebayo, Mimi's mother, was called over. Soon, the two families gathered in the living room, their faces etched with worry and disbelief. "How did this happen under our noses?" Mrs. Adebayo lamented. "It's that phone," Mrs. Okafor muttered, shaking her head. "They are too young for this." One would have expected them to take drastic action to seize the phone, impose strict rules and ensure it never happened again. But instead, after a stern lecture, they simply scolded the children and handed the phone back. David and Mimi remained silent. Their mothers thought the issue was resolved, but they were wrong, because deep down, David and Mimi weren't ready to stop. Want to know what happens next? Comment part 2 and subscribe to the channel.